Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Please watch this one, really.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is a dream that Muhammad Qasim had on March 3rd of 2017. Muhammad Qasim saw Turkey falling down and destruction was everywhere. Immediately after this happened, Israel became very active. Israel increased their operations around Palestine and it built a fort for the Dajjal, and the Muslims couldn't do anything about it other than to protest. Israel then formed alliances with other countries and spread unrest. The United States was among the supporters of Israel and helped them by offering their intelligence. When Russia found out about this, Russia immediately forged alliances with nearby countries. Then Russia became active and raced against the others in conquering the lands in the Middle East. It was as if they were all aiming to conquer the entire world. After, the US openly jumped into the Middle East and they met with Israel and other allies, and together they started fighting against the groups of Russians. This caused Russia and the Russian allies to retaliate. Thus, World War III had begun, and the battle arena were the countries of the Middle East. The worst of the destruction happened in the Middle East, and a huge amount of Muslims were massacred. The war became so violent and terrifying that the Muslims weren't able to fight back, nor did anyone dare to come to their aid. The bloodshed slowly spread throughout the countries such as Egypt, Sudan, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, the United Arab Emirates, and almost every part of the Middle East. The Israeli side were constantly gaining more and more allies, and even some Muslims became allies with either the US or Russia. Both superpowers wanted to conquer most of the lands, and whichever territories they gained, they held on to it firmly. They continued fighting one another while massacring the Muslims. On the other side, Pakistan grew stronger and started expanding. But then India, who was allied with Israel by the way, they started attacking Pakistan. The US, Israel, and even many other Middle Eastern countries helped India against Pakistan. They all intended to destroy Pakistan completely, so it was clear that Pakistan had an incredible amount of enemies, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protected Pakistan with around 3,000 black fighter jets. Then the war against Pakistan began, and with the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Pakistan came out victorious against the enemies. Pakistan conquered all of India as well as Bangladesh as well as Afghanistan, and once Pakistan proclaimed victory over India, Indonesia and Malaysia also became allies of Pakistan. After this, Pakistan jumped into the Middle East by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they fought with both superpowers using the powerful black fighter jets. Pakistan attacked the enemies in such a way that no one could stop them. After defeating both superpowers, Pakistan became a superpower and secluded themselves from the world. Pakistan regained control of the Middle East and the Arabian countries too. All of these areas became a part of Pakistan, and they started rebuilding these areas. Then the true Islam of the last Prophet ﷺ started establishing in all of those areas, and peace finally prevailed where once the greatest war of mankind took place. That was the end of the dream. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Can someone connect the dots for me, please?
That I understand you're on the Russian payroll, and I understand this is a Russian propaganda, but you have to be very careful, because let me tell you, we're going to finish this war. We're going to win because we're stronger. After this, Russia will pay the price. Believe me, Russia will pay the price. Russia is supporting the enemies of Israel. Russia is supporting Nazi people who want to commit genocide on us, and just Russia will pay the price. Russia also. Now listen to me very carefully. We are going to finish with these Nazis. We're going to win this war. It's going to take the time it's going to take, but we're going to win this war. Afterwards, we're not forgetting what you are doing. We're not forgetting. We will come. We will make sure that you...
I hope I'm crazy and I hope I'm wrong, really, because it'll be so sad what's going to happen next.